This is a shirt.
I do complain to them that they sometimes do not remind me when I forget to start recording, so, thank you. All right, so, screen shared, so everybody should be able to see. All right, so we'll start out with a page from Becca. Let's see if we can see this whole thing. Did we see this before
I think we did.
Christmas? Okay.
We did.
All right. So I apologize. It looks like maybe we didn't clean out all of our last ones, so maybe we'll fly through a few of these. Anyway, this is a page from Becca for Duluth that she did before Christmas. Really nice gift package for gardeners. I don't remember if we've seen this one or not. So this is one of Dave Nevinen's from Duluth as well. Nice sports package. We've got photos moving us down the page. Great photo to work with on the main centerpiece package there. And we've got lots of points of entry. You know, we've got label heads, headlines, subheads. We've got breakout boxes with information on the game. So nicely done, Dave. This is one from Tanner for the Dickinson Press. Really nice looking page as well. It seems like I maybe remember this one. I don't remember for sure. It's hard for me to remember because I often see the pages as I get them and place them in this folder. So, nice centerpiece package. I like the headline tied into the photo there in the sky there. And we've got art really moving you all the way down the page. So lots of points of entry. Nicely done. Nice job, Tanner. This is one from Bob for Brainerd, and I do remember talking about this one because, as Bob said, it looks like the player was giving the photographer, looking directly at the photographer and giving him a thumbs up. Apparently there was some debate in their newsroom whether that was the case or not, but it's a great photo regardless. So, and nice package. I like the way that he tied in both the headlines there as well as the little bio box kind of for that player. It's just a really nicely done page. So nice job, Bob. Worth another look. This one's one of Jackie's, and another really nice sports page. I think we maybe saw this one before the break as well. I just still really like the lines that she drew through the page, or through that main photo, tying in the team colors. I think that's really effective and a fun photo and fun package there. So nicely done. And here's one from Brandon for Duluth. Let me zoom out here. The UMD versus UND matchup there. So nice big centerpiece there, and then was able to move on down the page and get a nice piece of vertical art at the bottom of the page, which is often kind of tricky, but he did a really nice job with that. And even he had a lot of space there at the bottom, and was able to tuck in a little game info box below that vertical photo. So nicely done, Brandon. This is one that Tim did for the Pine Journal cloquet. And again, a fun page that we got to see before with the superhero theme of the centerpiece that I thought was a lot of fun here. So nice work, Tim. Oh, and this was a great photo as well. This was a forum page by Joe that it was just such a fun main photo and great centerpiece package for the forum life section there. Nice work, Joe. And forum sports page, this was one of Sarah's, and oops, sorry, for a Bison football game, of course. Talking about the Bison head coach heading down to Kansas. This was one of the playoff games. They're going for nationals on Saturday, so nicely done, Sarah. Oh, and this is one of Sarah's again. We talked about this last time about how Sarah crammed in, what was it, 10?
Yep.
Yeah, 10 photos of the architectural wonders of the Fargo-Moorhead area onto the front page, and had to work around. I mean, you see this enormous skybox ad at the top and another ad at the bottom, and she still was able to create a really nice looking page. That was for the Thanksgiving paper, so nice work, Sarah. Alright, this is one from Megan. This is a new one. This is actually for today. So a cloquet page by Megan DeHonick. Nice centerpiece package there. I like how the photos all really. Oh, this is one photo. I was wondering if there were a couple of photos tied into each other, but we've just got the one inset. That's a great centerpiece photo and nice way to use that space. So well done, Megan. This is another of Megan's. This is for Grand Forks. And let's see, this is from, in December, a sports page for the Herald. And really nice looking centerpiece there. Great looking. I like how she tied the green of this large poster into the headline too. I think it's really striking. So nicely done, Megan. This is one of Jackie's for Dickinson, and a black and white page, but she still was able to make that centerpiece stand out with a little bit of special headline treatment with the reverse type and a few different headline weights. I think that really works well. I also like the nicely bumped up drop cap size on that one. Just makes it pop out a little bit more, so well done, Jackie. Let's see, this is another of Jackie's. This is also for Dickinson. She got color this time and was able to have some more fun with it. The great big Vikings purple and yellow, gold and purple and gold probably would be more correct. but nice cutout. We've got a nice fade at the top and fun wraps with the numbers here. So just it's a fun page to look at. I think it would really draw the reader in. So well done, Jackie. We have a lot of repeats from a lot of you here. We've got a lot of pages today. So here's another Jackie page. And another fun one. I like how you brought in the orange of the team colors into that photo. It's just a really fun way of drawing the eye in, and the reversed hockey sticks there are, it's just a nice centerpiece package, nice feature there. And here's another one from Jackie. This one is another Dickinson Sports page, and again, just a nice headline treatment. It's something simple, but just adding that line in between the headline and the drop head adds a little something extra. So when you don't have fantastic art for when you've got two verticals and neither one of them are outstanding, and you've got a black and white page, it's you did what you could with it, and it looks pretty good. So nice work. Here's one from Brandon for Duluth, and this was, wow, people surfing. This is from the December 29th issue. That's outstanding. Wow. And I love how how Brandon has the snow day. No, it's the surf day. So people surfing in Duluth in December. That's fantastic. And I love that, like, right below it, that Duluth is hit with 12.2 inches of snow. So that's that's a great page. I would like to read those. So nice work, Brandon. This is one of Tim's for the forum, and it looks like I don't know if it's for Giving Hearts Day or it's talking about volunteering, but great use of this art here. And just zoom in. Okay, yeah, this is stock art that Tim used for this page, and it really looks great. Really played it up, and not only using it as the main theme of the page, but then also pulling it up into the headline is really effective. So nicely done, Tim. This is one that Tanner did for the forum, and this is a life page, one of our food pages for last week, the day after Christmas, and nice centerpiece package. I like how he pulled these lines down and the color throughout the page as well. So we've got those colored lines all the way down the page. It really brings the entire thing together. Nicely done. I like that, Tanner. Here we've got one of Michael's for the forum, Sports, and talking about past Bison coaches. And I like how he pulled together this timeline of the past coaches at the top there with their headshots, and not just a little circle, but he's got them popping out of those circles a little bit. He's got their names in the colored boxes, and it's just really a great looking page. a lot of information on it, but it's not heavy feeling. So, nicely done, Michael. Here's one of Brandon's for Duluth, one of their front pages. And just a really nice clean page. Good teasers at the top, bringing you in into the paper inside, and nice play of the photos that you had available. So, well done, Brandon. Here's one for the Globe, for Worthington. This was done by Amy, and a really nice photo, or nice page. I love the star treatment on the Globe. I think that's really striking, and really ties together both the flag and the centerpiece package there. It's really nice. Good job, Amy. Here's one of Megan's for Purim, and again, a black and white page. We see the color on the flag there, but I think that it just comes in color on our page, so I don't think it was printed that way. But again, for a black and white page, it's really striking. She's got great breakouts here for these game, for the semifinal information here. Zoom in just a little here. Yeah, we've got some really nicely laid out information. It's really easy to read. It's broken down nicely, and nice teaser inside. So, well done, Megan. I like that. And this is one of Angie's for Mitchell, one of their front pages. And nice, I like, again, the different weights in this headline that really brings you in. Also, the whole quote is a nice touch in that story. Again, bringing the reader in with those points of entry. So, nicely done, Angie. This is one of Lauren's for Wilmer, and it was a holiday movies package that they did for their showcase, and she really put together a nice package there. We've got she had just a lot of movie stills to work with, but really well done the way that she got all of that information and all of those images put together in one package, and didn't make the down page package any less important. She's got some great visuals on the on the page there, down page as well. So very nice. Well done, Lauren. And a rad from Tim on that page. So high praise. Here's one from Tanner. This is again, I love when you guys bring the colors of the team jerseys up into headlines or into the centerpiece packages. I think that it just really adds a lot. So I like that quite a lot. Nicely done, Tanner. This is one of Brandon's for Duluth, and again, a nice headline treatment. We don't have the greatest fonts to work with. I don't think anybody is a huge fan of our headline fonts, but you guys find ways of making them work and making them more interesting, so nicely done, Brandon. This is Amy's for Bemidji, and a great centerpiece package. And I really like how she pulled this information out at the top here. It's looks like maybe a little intro graph. Yeah, kind of a little teaser intro type graph there, but I really like how she just graded out a little bit, and just that little thing really makes it stand out differently than, you know, a lot of our typical headlines. So, and just a little bit of extra air around that entire centerpiece is really nice as well. So, nicely done, Amy. Here's one for Purim. This is one of Tim's, and nicely done main photo there with the main focus, her head popping right up into the flag of the photo, or of the paper. And I'm just curious here. Oh, and then just some yellow dotted lines. You know, it's talking about her coming back to the hive, the Purim, it's the Purim yellow jackets. So tying that yellow that really ties into the headline, but he's got kind of that beehive look behind the headline, and then bringing that yellow and really fading out the beehive geometric shape in the background. Just kind of bumps it up a notch. So nicely done, Tim. Here's one for Grand Forks. This is one of Joe's for their Sunday page, and really interesting art here that he got to work with. This is an illustration by Troy Becker, our FNS graphic artist, but also tying in the colors from that graphic into the headline was really effective. And we've got the logo for the story as well tied in nicely. So nice work, Joe. Alright, here's one of Jackie's, again for the forum. And yet another, we're getting close to the end of Bison football season. I can't say that that means that we won't have many more Bison football stories or pages, you know, because it's all Bison all the time here in Fargo. But probably slightly fewer football pages coming. And yeah, great. As Tim says, that headline is killer. That is a great headline, and nice treatment of it as well. So, you know, we've talked about before that the Saturday designers always end up with essentially the same thing to work with week after week, with 2 columns from the Bison game, a big photo or 2, and yet you guys can make them look different every week, and that impresses me. So nice work, Jackie. And one last one. This is one of Tanner's for the Herald, and this is one. This is one I think that we saw before, but I liked, you know, and we talked about this the last time. I liked how he brought in. You know, this is just a stock image of a test, but he brought in, you know, just that lightly shaded lines from the test down into the centerpiece. Just to, you know, that would have been a really gray centerpiece package there, but he did a little pull quote, threw in some gray lines, and it really helped that stand out. So, nicely done, Tanner. All right. Wow, that was a lot. So, nice work, you guys. Um, Thank you all so much for all of the work that you guys did over the holidays. Everybody really chipped in. We had a lot of people who helped. Especially Joe and Emma really kicked butt the weekend leading up to Christmas. I did not anticipate it being nearly that many pages or that much work, and they just took it all on and probably should have called me earlier that they could have used help, but they soldiered on and really really took the brunt of that. And thank you to all of you who came in this past weekend. I know there are several of you out there who came in this past weekend and helped out too, so that it was not such a crushing load of pages just for a couple of people. So I really, really appreciate that. And to everyone who, I mean, we had just a lot of pages to get through for those two weeks for our holidays. So, you know, the holidays are always kind of a blessing and a curse, I think, in newspaper business, because yeah, it's the holidays, but it just means an enormous amount of work that we're trying to get done beforehand, and then, you know, some of us are working those holidays, so it's not always super awesome to have holidays. So thank you all who made those really successful. So our big news of today is we have our new designer, Kate Bragg, is back here in the house. Kate, give a little wave there. Kate has just joined the team yesterday. It's her second day on the team, and she has a lot of pre-press experience, a lot of backshop experience. She's done a lot of different things in the printing industry over the years, so I'm very excited to have Kate as part of our team. She's going to be a great asset to us all. So, welcome, Kate.
Thank you.
So, and we have another designer starting at probably around the 1st of February. She is moving up from the cities with her husband. He's being relocated here, and they were in town today. I got to meet her in person finally today, and took her out for coffee, and we chatted a little bit. They're out apartment hunting, so hopefully within the next couple of days I'll know for sure what her start date is, but we hopefully will be fully staffed, you know, very shortly after the 1st of February. So thank you to all of you who have been pitching in with extra shifts and overtime and just changing your schedules around so that we can cover everything while we've been short-staffed. So I appreciate it a lot, and so do the other managers, so thanks, guys. All right, so just a couple of notes. You know, we haven't met for a few weeks, so just a few things, reminders and such. So make sure that when you're doing some of those really striking front page photo clipping, kind of layered pages, photos up at the top of the front pages, make sure that the date remains visible. You know, a lot of times the papers don't mind if part of their name is covered. Some of them don't. You know, some of them definitely want to make sure that their name is still visible, or their town or whatever. But we had one this week that the date wasn't visible anymore because of the layering, and so we want to make sure that we're getting the really pertinent information on the front page. So just a little reminder of that. Also reminding you guys that plug ads should always go under paid advertising if at all possible. I know that once in a while we get an ad stack where, you know, maybe you've got a 3-column 3-column ads at the bottom and a 2-column ad above that, and you just need a filler in one of those columns, so you just need a small one. So then you might stack that on top of your paid advertising. But if you're able to tuck plug ads at the bottom of your ad stack, we always want to have the paid advertisements next to our editorial content. The advertisers prefer that. So the only thing is, make sure that when you're doing that, double check your dummies to make sure that your ads do not have guaranteed placement. That will be shown with an X through the ad on the dummy. We don't see those very often, but I ran into one the other day. I was gonna throw a plug ad in, and it happened to have a guaranteed placement on one of the ads, so I wasn't able to, I didn't want to risk moving it at all. So so I think I used a pull quote or something instead. But and again, you don't want to be, we want to try and limit the number of plug ads as well. Some of the editors are more conscientious of that as well. Some of them really hate the plug ads. Some of them, it's not such a big deal. But, try and keep them to a minimum. If you're able to use a pull quote or add maybe a drop head instead of filling out space with a plug ad, that's always better. But I also know that sometimes time is of the essence, and a plug ad is a lot quicker than trying to find a pull quote too. So do what you can. Be careful when you're cropping photos. I had 2 different editors complain about really tightly cropped photos, that they were images that were meant to show a wide scope of an image. They weren't meant to be something that was really tightly cropped. And in one instance, there was a wide shot and a tight shot that were supplied to the designer, and the designer made both of them tight shots. So, that it really kind of loses something there when you've got something that can really show the scale or perspective of a subject, and then but then we crop in really tightly. So be careful about that. I'd say, if you're doing some really tight crops, maybe ask about that with the editor. Sports things, I know that a lot of you guys get file photos, and so I don't think, especially with file photos, that often is not such a big deal, because they're giving those to us to do something special with. I mean, you guys have done some amazing things with sports photos that are, months or years old. I don't think that's as big of a concern as a live photo, something that was taken, that day or that week, that's trying to show an event or a certain subject. So just be cautious in your cropping. I've noticed, I don't think I've gotten any complaints from editors, but I've noticed that since the forum switched to Q for all of their stories, when I run scripts on them that have a footer, the footers are all coming in italic instead of the tagline format, and I don't know why that would be, because they're still in the footer spot. Joe's saying he's seen it too, and Sarah's noticed that. So I'm gonna put in a ticket about it. I don't know what's going on with that, but if you guys see those, please convert that to it should be the Lato bold. Convert it back to the normal tagline, if you can. So.
Are they still working on subheads?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know if they think that they're fixed or not.
Because I know I've been fixing them in stories if I do see it.
Okay.
But
okay.
I just wasn't sure if they were gonna. Yeah.
Okay. those are supposed to be, if they don't come across when they push it from Q into Google, they're supposed to,
Fix that?
either the
Okay.
editors or the reporters are supposed to be fixing them on the back end if
Okay.
it doesn't work correctly. So if that's not happening, you know, so clearly not only are the subheads not working, but then they're not fixing them for
Yeah.
us either, so we've
Right.
got 2 issues, so. Alright. The other thing that I noticed or that we've talked about with Q is, on a lot of those stories, they have a, bold summary graph. It's a graph a paragraph that they can put so that it's bolded, it's the summary graph that shows up online. They're supposed to be removing that as well, either the editors or reporters, when those get pushed over. They're trying to get that fixed so that it just automatically happens. But, if you see those, remove those as well. They're not they're not drop heads, they're not supposed to be there, so.
Yeah, it just kinda looks like a gray label before your story starts,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I've seen some of them sneak into text and they were like bolded and
Mhm.
almost like one of our, like when we do that real small drop head, that's more like a subhead at the beginning. So to remove those if you see those as well, if you can, so. You guys all got emails from Emma about NDNA, North Dakota Newspaper Association contest is coming up. Again, that is just for the Fargo, Grand Forks, Jamestown, and Dickinson papers. It does not include West Fargo or the Jamestown Sun Country, so those are not, we're not able to enter anything from those. So if you've got pages that you would like to submit for those contests, please do so as soon as you can. The deadline is next Friday, so we have given you guys the deadline of next Tuesday to get those submissions to us so that we can get them to the editors or upload them ourselves. Emma and I will take care of that next week, so please get those to us. Also, South Dakota Newspaper Association contest is also coming up. NDNA and SDNA are being held in conjunction with each other. They do that, I don't know if they do it every year now or every other year, but this year they're doing it together again. So, South Dakota has a little bit more lead time. It's due at the end of January, but we kinda wanted to get North Dakota started, but as you're looking through your stuff, if you've got some stuff for Mitchell, that's our only South Dakota paper. If you've got some great Mitchell pages, kind of either flag those or set them aside. I have not looked at their rules and stuff yet, but Emma and I will get that information out to you guys too in the next week or so, so that we've got a little bit of time to get those things together too, so. All right, I think that is it. That is a fairly long meeting, but is there anyone with any questions or concerns or anything that have come up in the last few weeks since we've met? Anything we should talk about? I don't think we were able to submit for Sun Country last year. I can double check, Megan, I'll make sure. Megan DeHonick is asking why we can't enter Sun Country. I didn't think we were able to last year, and I think it's because it's inserted into another newspaper. It's considered part of the Jamestown Sun, but the only thing that I can think of is possibly being able to enter a Sun Country page as like a standing news front for Sun Country, or for Jamestown Sun. I could check on that, so I will do that, Megan. I'll check with Kathy and Rob and see if we can get any of those entered, but I really thought that we weren't able to last year. I know that we weren't able to enter West Fargo, and that's the reason is that West Fargo gets inserted into the forum locally, or in the West Fargo papers, it's given free to forum subscribers and to the West Fargo subscribers. So that, precludes them from, I know, poor Mindy works her tail off on West Fargo every week. And
I mean,
doesn't
not like
get
they're
to
like the greatest
enter.
things ever, but, I mean, yeah.
They're not all award winners, but my pages are not all award winners either, so not contest worthy, so. Like I said, I will ask about Sun Country and just confirm that, Megan. All right, anything else from any of you? All right, well, then I'll let you all get back to work. Thank you all for joining in, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.